Hey guys, it's Jackie from Watercolor Gypsy Art and Wellness, and I am super excited about this package. You have no idea. So this is one of the packages that I've been waiting on to do the Pastel Intensive Review. If you've been watching any of my videos, you know I talk about it in almost every video that I do, because it's been what I've been doing for 2 months now. And I found something in my home state of New York, which is very hard to find. It's very expensive, and it's really hard to get your hands on because not many people sell it. So let's open the box. Okay, the box is open, and I really need to change this blade because it is like years old, and I shouldn't have struggled that hard to open the box. So we have our little nuggets that my cat likes to eat. So I got this from fineartstore.com. If you're wondering, that's where you can find these beautiful pastels that I heard of before, but I never saw them in any of the stores that, sorry, I got distracted by this pastel catalog, in the stores that I have been to. So these are all the pastels that Fine Art Store carries. Now, the ones that are in this bag and why I am not buying them from Dakota Pastels, because if you watch me, you know I'm in love with Dakota Pastels. Because I couldn't find them there. So and it comes in this beautiful little wood box, because when I saw this little wood box, I just like needed to have it. So these are Henri Roche's, and I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that right. This is a petite landscape set. It says Petits, but I'm just gonna speak English. Petite landscape set. So, and it comes in this beautiful little box. This little thing was like $100. And I couldn't believe that I was buying it, but it's my pet portrait season, so, oh, by the way, why you haven't seen a pet portrait video, because my face needs to be so close to these little tiny discs of pet faces that I can't get my camera in to record them, so maybe if I do a bigger one, I'll record it. Anyway, Henri Roche Pastels, why we're here. So I think these are half sticks. These might be full sticks. I gotta check. Founded originally in 1720. Today, over 1,100 colors are proposed to you, produced as they have always been entirely by hand. And then there's a health warning in here. And then it tells me the colors contained that are of health warning. Of course, your cadmium colors. Okay, anyway. Oh, that was painful to have me read that. That text is very tiny, and I do not pronounce English correct half the time. Never mind French words. So please don't judge my slight dyslexia. Like, it's a real thing. Okay, I need to get rid of that. Alright, so where did I put that? Half sticks. These are half sticks. This is a petite box, and it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it comes with 10 pastels, and I like my sound effects, guys. And they're stamped, kind of similar to my Blue Earth pastels. And this is what the box looks like. Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? So these are going to be in the pastel review, along with all of these brands. Let me zoom back out. I'm very excited, as you can tell. All right, so all of these brands, which are 12, along with, I think I have the Mungyo Gallery Handmade, the Blicks, Henri Roche's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's like around 17 soft pastels. 3 to 5 medium soft pastels and like 5 or 6 hard pastels and pastel pencils. So that is what is coming up for you. But let's focus on the Henri Roche pastels, because I didn't even know that these were a thing for the longest time. And then when I was doing all my research on pastels, I kept coming across this name. And I was like, what is this? What is this that this pharmacist made art supply person made? So I'm gonna go in order of value and color family. So we're gonna start with this red looking one over here. This is a landscape set, and we're just gonna swatch them out on just Canson Mitientes, which if you watched my last video, you know isn't like my favorite paper in the world. And barely anything came off of that pastel stick. And look at all that pigment. Interesting. It feels kind of gritty. That may be because of the pigment I chose. And that's a lot of dust. Let me get my little dust catcher. This is how much pastel dust I've collected just from making paintings and doing like swatching. So it's the first color. If I could read this, like, I would tell you what color this is. I think it says ROC. I'm not sure. I probably should have. You know what? Please hold. Okay, you know what? I couldn't find, like, a color chart or what colors are even in here. So this is, like, a muted warm red. That's as much as I can give you right now, guys. Sorry. Now let's just go into an orange. There's a bright orange, which I think this ROC just means Roche. So I don't think these are stamped with colors. I think I was mistaken. They're very gritty, but they do cover very nicely. I don't know what I'm going to use this set for yet. I don't know if I'm going to use it for underpaintings or if I'm going to use it for... I know, like, you're probably sitting there like you're going to use a pastel set that costs $100 for 10 half sticks. $10 a half stick. And the wood box for an underpainting. But they're pretty... They're like rough. There's this light... This is a light, warm white. So let's do the yellow ochre, and then we'll move on to that light warm white. And I'm moving in circles so I can get a nice coverage on there for you. And part of the dust might be the paper too, guys. Like, it's not a very textured paper, the Canson Mitientes regular paper. This is almost transparent. Let me clean my finger. This is almost transparent. This warm white. It's like a very, very light yellow, like yellow tint 1 or just warm white. It's coming up brighter on my camera screen, but again, every time I say something comes up on my camera screen weird, it comes up fine. Red, orange, greens. It comes up fine on the monitor. We have this nice, beautiful, bright grass green or lime green. Make sure I'm still in the frame, yes. Now we have this like sap green. earthy hooker's green color. I talk in terms of watercolor and acrylic paints because that's how I started my art journey. Pastels are kind of new to me. They're like Rembrandts. They're a medium hardness. They're not super soft. They're not like the Schminkas. They're not... Sorry, I need a baby wipe because my hands are getting contaminated. They're not like the Senneliers. They're a medium hard, a medium soft pastel, I'm sorry. Which I expected them to be, I guess because of the price, a medium and a soft pastel. Sorry, I can't multitask today. Let's bring you out just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Blues. There's two blues, but I think this is a violet-y color. So let's go with this is a warm blue though. This looks like an ultramarine, like a light ultramarine to me. Did I miss a green? I think I missed a green. I'm just gonna put this right. No, that is black. Okay. It looks green when it's next to the greens. I feel like there's something under here that's, yeah, there was something under there. I'm just gonna put the black. Now this is like black. So let me blend. They do blend into the Tiantes paper quite well. But again, I'm getting a lot of dust, which is something like you'll see when we do the pastel workshop that I don't like with my pastels. I don't like a lot of dust. Now let's go into this, maybe this is a gray color, but it's like a violet-y gray. No, it's a Payne's gray. It's a normal Payne's gray. And now we have a brown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, last one. This is like a Van Dyke brown. Actually, it's a little redder and lighter than a Van Dyke brown. It's a nice brown. I really like that brown. It's a nice warm, almost burgundy brown. So if you do get these, swatch them out before you use them, because the colors, like with most pastels, what you see is what you get, but what you see is not what you get with these ones. They're gritty. They're gritty, like Diane Townsend gritty. So that's interesting. I expected them to be totally different, but maybe my rating of pastels is different than your rating of pastels. They seem to be perfect for, like, I don't know if some of you are familiar with, well, if you're a pastel artist and you're looking up this video, I'm sure you are, with Ellen Eagle. She wrote the book Pastel Painting Atelier. I think that's how you pronounce that word. And we all know I'm not good at pronouncing words if you've been watching me for any amount of time now. And that brown like spread across. So she paints in like she makes her own pumice ground, and she paints her boards, I think a mid-tone, whatever, it depends on her subject, and she makes her own pumice ground. I think it's just the same as like everyone else's, clear gesso and pumice and maybe something else. And she does very, very light layers, and she uses Rembrandts and new pastels. She actually takes a razor, which I'm going to try with my new pastels, and sharpens them to a fine point, her new pastels, and uses them like almost like you would like a long tipped pencil, like if you sharpened it with a razor, on its side, and does these light layers and achieves, this is the book, I have it right next to me, So if you see that painting, let me see if I can bring it up actually and frame. It's very light layers, allowing the grit of the surface to catch the pigment, and she layers in that manner until she gets the depth that she's looking for. So these would be like right up her alley. Would I buy a full set of these? No. And I hate to say that, but for the price and for what is on the market today, like, these are cool to have. I'll use them. It's really nice to have a little beautiful wooden box of one of the oldest brands of pastels that were ever made. Like, this is really cool. I think it's awesome. But would I buy a full set for the price that they are? No, I think the full set of like 1,100 pastels, which is a lot of pastel colors. I think it's even more. Actually is like, and we're gonna go over this in our pastel intensive workshop. It's like $17,000 or something like that. Okay, here it is. Yeah, it's $17,550. It comes directly from Paris, and it has how many? I think it has 1,650 colors in this set. But then the title says it's a set of 1,201 in a wood draw, but the description says 1,650 colors. So it's about $18,000. That's a car. That's an inexpensive car. So would I buy a full set? Probably not. I would probably go for Terry Ludwig's because I've used Terry Ludwig's. I like Terry Ludwig's. I like to sandpaper. I like a softer, like, pastel. I don't like them as soft as Schminke. But I like them to be highly pigmented, as anyone would, and I like them to brush across my surface in a painterly type manner. I prefer to paint impressionistically. If I painted in realism, this might be a totally different story, and if I start painting in realism using pastels, I might have a different opinion. Are they phenomenal? Yeah, they're great. They're very highly pigmented. Like, look at that coverage, and this is on Canson Mitiente's paper. Like, that was just the dust coming across, and it covered. So they are great. They are phenomenal. They are gritty, and they are a harder pastel than I personally like. But is it worth it to get a tiny set? Like, you could get sets of 3, I think. You can get this little set for like $99. You know, if you wanted to try them out, you wanted to have them, and you had the extra, cash to spend, try them out. See what you think. You know, you're not going to know until you try. So hopefully this little short review gives you a little something of an idea about what they're like. I think it's really cool to have a pastel that was made by a pharmacist in like the late 1800s or whatever, early handmade since 1720. Like, I think that's really cool to have a pastel that was used by Degas and all of those artists whose work I absolutely adore. So that's my little cool unboxing video. This was the hidden gem, by the way. I'm just waiting on one more package from Dakota Pastels, and we can do our, 7 video series intensive workshop where we go over all the brands of pastels. So I hope you are looking forward to it, because I have done a lot of research. I think I'm going to release a little history of pastels video before we get into the actual pastel demos. So if you're interested in a short, when I say short, I mean like 10 to 15 minutes, history of pastels, along with some book recommendations. Those are going to be the first 2 videos while I wait for the packages to arrive and while I can film the actual swatchings and read the very long list of information I have for you on each brand. then those 2 videos are for you. If you want to start with the demos, you start with the demos. Whatever works for you, whatever helps you find the product that you're looking for quicker without having to do the hours of research that I had to do. That's my only wish, and that's what I want to provide you. So thanks for watching my video. If you made it this far into the video of me rambling, I hope you got something out of this. Maybe you'll take a risk and try them one day if you're into pastels and you want a little something special. I hope this video helps you make a decision on whether that's worth your money or not, and that's really why I do these little reviews. Okay, well, I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening. If you like this video, please give it a like, leave a comment below, subscribe, click the bell, help me grow my channel. You know, I want to get all this information out there to as many artists as I possibly can, so, you know, they don't have to sit in front of the computer for hours and do the research. They can just watch a video and decide, hey, I want to try that, or hey, I don't. All right, well, that's all I got for you today. See you soon.